In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern's light!
Hey guys, welcome to Convos. And today I'm going to be doing a nerd rant, another one of these things. I'm going to be talking about Green Lantern and his lack of appearances in other media. You know, he's got huge appearances in comics. There's many of them in the Green Lantern world, but not much in anything else, you know? You don't see him in movies. You don't see him in games and stuff. Like, yeah, sure, he does have some appearances. I know he has some appearances. He has the Green Lantern movie with Ryan Reynolds. Even Ryan Reynolds wasn't proud of that one, you know? He wasn't the biggest fan of his own movie. He even makes fun of it in Deadpool 2, I think.
God damn, that's beautiful. You're welcome, Canada.
And it's just he could have been better. Honestly, not Ryan Reynolds could have been better, but Green Lantern could have been better. And in my opinion, I think I share this with a lot of people about that movie. Nathan Fillion definitely was my first choice for Hal Jordan as a Green Lantern. And if you guys know Green Lantern, you know Green Lantern is not a Ryan Reynolds character. Ryan Reynolds is definitely a Deadpool guy. He definitely found the perfect role for himself. But and then you go on and you find out that Nathan Fillion did a lot of voices for Green Lantern in the animations and stuff. Like he really did. If you look it up, he did quite a few of them. So yeah, right here on Wikipedia, I know Wikipedia is not the most reliable source, but it says that he was Green Lantern in Emerald Knights, Justice League Doom, Justice League The Flashpoint Paradox, and Justice League The Throne of Atlantis, and The Death of Superman. Like, why wouldn't they have picked him to be normal, you know, just whatever? Like why wouldn't they just pick him to be the Green Lantern that we would have seen? And honestly, if we watched the animations, it would have been the Green Lantern that we loved. You know, I love him as Green Lantern. His voice is perfect for him. He's always who I thought should play him. But I don't know. I know it's not just me. I know a lot of people agree with me that Nathan Fillion should have been Green Lantern. But I feel like if they would have given him the Green Lantern movie, spoiler alert, if they would have given him the Green Lantern movie, then they might have been able to do the sequel to Green Lantern. It might have been better just because he would have not given a better performance, but would have been a better Hal Jordan. Like he would have been just a more Hal Jordan than the actual movie that we got. But anyways, and then you move on to these video games, and all these freaking video games are just horrible. They are terrible monstrosities of games. Like, I think the only game that actually got it right was the Lego DC superhero game, and it's not even a Green Lantern game, you know, it's DC superheroes. All they have to do is let Green Lantern fly around and make things with his ring. It's definitely with like games like Mass Effect, especially with, you know, the just expanse of Mass Effect. You should be able to play a game like that with Green Lantern. You know, it makes sense to me. I'm not a game developer. I don't know what the issues could possibly be with it. Maybe it's the same issues that they don't have with the Superman game. But it's just, I wish that Green Lantern just had more screen time. He had more just to do. I feel like a Green Lantern, you know, story could be anything, and it doesn't have to be Hal Jordan. It could be Kyle Rayner. It could be Guy Gardner. It could be John Stewart. It could be. I know that they have a couple new ones out. I'm not all too familiar with the new Green Lantern universe just yet. I've been a little bit behind on my Green Lantern reading, which is terrible because I am a big Green Lantern fan. But I've honestly just been reading his current run, which is really good. And but it's just they can do so much more with Green Lanterns. They don't even have to touch on any of the basic characters. There's the core that they could touch on. They could have one story for every single person in the core and still have 500, you know, characters they have to touch on. And there's so much. There's just so much. And with the introduction of Blackest Night and Brightest Day, they introduced all the other Lantern cores and stuff. There's so much source material to pick from, and I don't know if it's like the same problem as Star Wars, where the head people are just like, no, there's no source material, whatever. But it's there, and it's not being used, and it's very frustrating to me. I believe that Green Lantern deserves more. He is definitely a bigger character, and I know that HBO Max is doing their Green Lantern core show. So I mean, if that's good, cool. I'll check that out definitely. But I just it's taken so long to get to this point. I'm not even sure if it's going to be worth it at that point. You know, I know I'm not saying that HBO Max is going to have bad shows, but it's a Green Lantern Corps movie. You don't know what's going to happen. It could be really really good or it could be really really bad. Like we don't know at this point. I feel strongly about Green Lantern's lack of appearances in the media. I feel very obviously very strongly about this if I'm going to make a video about it. They even have like books about certain superheroes. They have like a Batman book out there. They have one about Catwoman that are just normal novels. And like Star Wars does these normal novelizations of their books and stuff. They have a whole bunch of things, but you know, I haven't really seen all too much of it with DC. And it's just I don't feel like Green Lantern should have a book, but I'm just saying it adds to the lack of him in the media. No one really talks about him as much. I feel like he should be up there with Batman and Superman. I don't know if it's just me, but like him and the Flash, like the Flash has gotten a lot of attention too. The Flash has his own TV show that's run for quite a while now, and no pun intended. He has his own movie coming out with Ezra Miller in it and stuff, and he's been in Justice League and gotten his screen time. He was even in Batman v Superman. He was one of the few people to actually like have an appearance outside of that little video clip cameo to be in Batman v Superman. Like the Flash even got more screen time, and I'm not dissing on the Flash. I love the Flash, but I feel like Green Lantern is worth more than that. You know, as a hero, he's put in more than that. He covers all of space instead of just the planet Earth, which I understand he doesn't go to Earth because there is the Justice League, because they do exist. But he does fight for Earth, but he's done so much bigger things in my opinion when he's by himself. And this is another issue. When heroes are by themselves, they do amazing, just world-changing things, but for some reason, when they group up, they like dumb each other down for some reason. Like Superman is always, in his own stories, he is moving planets with one hand and stuff. But when you put him in the Justice League, he gets smacked and he's gone for the next 5 pages of the comic. Like I don't get that. He has so many different appearances in comics. Like look at this one. Look at this one. He's with Plastic Man in this one. I didn't even know that they did a team up. And this is the first appearance of Chip. I mentioned that in another video. And this comic is interesting. It's Wong from Marvel Comics and Doctor Strange. It's like a little Easter egg thing, but they moved in next door to Kyle Rayner, and Kyle ends up getting directions from them and stuff. So it's actually kind of funny, but it's just there's so many different and interesting things that you can do with these Green Lantern comics. There's so many different stories that you can do just from him, and they haven't done it yet. Like they gave us. Again, I'm not hating on Ryan Reynolds. I'm hating on the fact that the movie just sucked. The Green Lantern movie just sucked. This wasn't supposed to be a slam video for the Green Lantern movie. I think it kind of turned into that. But it's not his fault, and he knows that. He's a great actor, but it wasn't the right role. He wasn't the right person for that role. And then the Green Lantern games are just absolutely terrible too, and it's something that bothers me. And like I said, I'm a huge Green Lantern fan. I just feel like he should be out there more. I think if I keep going on with this video, I'm just going to end up repeating myself because I'm getting myself amped up. So whatever. I appreciate you guys listening to me ramble a little bit, and I will see you next time.